Good afternoon and welcome to the second edition of Tech-ficient. My name is Dr. Michael Martin. This is, as I said, the second edition of Tech-ficient, my latest blog series that I've opened up with, and one that I'm quite excited about. One that so far has got a lot of fanfare, some popularity to it. I was lucky enough to be able to do a statewide webinar just a few days ago regarding the same idea of being tech-efficient. It was TILO, Technology Integration Leaders of Ohio, which is where I'm from. I'm currently the high school principal at Buckeye Central High School in Ohio. And so what I'm going to do today is a review a little bit of why I started Tech-ficient and move into one of the second tools that I use. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and we'll get this started. So here we are. So why did I start Tech-ficient? Why did I start this whole process? Well, first of all, we have lots of reasons why we need to become Tech-ficient today. And first and foremost in my eyes is that teachers, educators, administrators, and parents, and very involved parents, we are completely, totally, and utterly overwhelmed in today's world. With all the state mandates that are coming down on us, with all of the new initiatives that are being pushed and promoted, along with all those things that we know that students need, those things that we know that are successful in class. Once we put all of those things together, it does make for a very, very overwhelmed educator. And you know what? It's not just education. It's all across America. It's in all careers. It's in all industries. And I love this slide by the Nation. Not so much because it's being sent to Amazon, who I love, but just because I like how it looks at the hours that we work. The average worker no longer works 40 hours. 94% of professionals work 50 hours or more. I know I do. A 50-hour work week is a week of vacation for me. Typically, they're between 60 and 70 hours. But that doesn't make us better. Studies show that 55 hours, creates cognitive functions that are worse than we are at 40 hours. And if you're in a job that is a high cognitive demand job, like teaching, like administration, that's not good for you. And then once you get to 60 hours, you might see a productivity boost because the hours you're putting in, but that lasts for a short period of time, and then it falls off. And after 8 weeks, it's even worse than it is. You're less productive than you would be in a 40-hour week. So you're working 20 more hours and not doing any more that you're doing 40 hours a week. And at that point, vacation doesn't even restore productivity. But for many of us, this is the world that we live in. And then we go home and we're parents, or we're husbands, and we're working some more. So there's this thing called work-life integration, and that's truly what we've gotten today, is people are trying to figure out how they can integrate this overwhelming work, this overwhelming job of theirs. How can they integrate that into their life so they can be successful in work? And what this has done to us, it's created what a researcher back in the 1940s, a philosopher, referred to as a total work dystopia, when we'll become nothing but work. And it has negative consequences to it. But recently, we've had this thing called the millennials, who've really frustrated a lot of business owners. And they've caused a lot of issues, but they've also caused a lot of positive things too. And the millennials want what's called a work-life balance, not a work-life integration. They want a work-life balance. And so this has really brought into the fore a whole lot of research about work-life balance versus work-life integration. Because of that research, you begin to see studies such as this, as we talked about earlier. And so what I'm striving to do is to create more of a work-life balance, not only for myself, but for the teachers in my building. And not even for my teachers in my building, but hopefully for all of those who listen to this video blog. Because truly what I'm trying to do is use technology to make us more efficient during our workday, to make us more productive during our workday. So when we leave at 5 o'clock, if we're lucky enough to leave at 5 o'clock, we can mentally check out and literally leave, not just physically, but mentally as well at 5 o'clock. Because as I see it, there's this crazy technology dichotomy going on. We have technology, great technology, that was supposed to make our life a little bit easier, but it interrupted our life. And it created an environment where work could be integrated with our life. And you can use the word integrate, I use the word interrupt, but it does interrupt our life. And so all this great technology actually has helped to promote this idea of work-life integration. What I want to do is say, let's use technology to be efficiency, to be more effective, to be more productive, so we can get away from this work-life integration, this work-life disruption, and we can get back to a work-life balance. And so that's what the whole goal to this video blog is. So this week, the tool I want to talk about is called Pocket. It is a fantastic little tool. It's one I've been using for a couple of years, and to be quite frank with you, it's helped me immensely. I'm going to go to the website right here. What Pocket is Pocket is a web tool. It's an extension. It's a Chrome extension. At least I use it as a Chrome extension. And it gives you the ability to find articles or websites, whatever it may be, that you like, that you may want to read, just don't have time to read it, and to store it into your Pocket. So that way, whenever you want to open up your Pocket, you can get to all these great articles that you want to read when you have time. And so it's a great way to store it, as I said. And since it's an extension, if I'm perusing the web and I come across things that I'm interested in, I can put it in my Pocket. And that's what I do. Also, if you're a lot like me, you probably get a lot of emails that are always bringing in articles and research and studies and things of that nature. And you want to read those too, but you don't always have time. For example, I'm a big fan of Getting Smart. And so he sends out these great updated articles, and I don't have time to read them. But if one interests me, I can click on it, and I can click, go to that article, click up here on my right to my Chrome extension of Pocket, and it stores that article in my Pocket so I can read it at another time. What's really great about Pocket is that it is also an app that you can download to your smartphone. And when you use the same login information on your smartphone, it syncs across all devices. So I have it on my laptop, I have it on my tablet, I have it on my smartphone, I have it on all my devices, and it syncs. So if I'm online on my computer and I add an article to my Pocket, it shows up in my tablet's Pocket, and it also shows up in my cell phone or my smartphone's Pocket, and vice versa. So I can always get to these great articles that I want to read. Now, along with all of that, what makes us really good is over on the left-hand side here, you'll see that that Pocket has these items over here that you can get to. You can just click on articles, and it shows all the articles that you saved in your Pocket. Sometimes you might want to save a video to your Pocket. So if you click on videos, it then just pulls up all the videos that you've saved to your Pocket. You can also have your favorites, and then you can create a list for yourself. After Pocket gets used to what it is you are downloading and looking at all the time or saving to your Pocket, it comes up with what it calls your recommended as well, which I think is pretty neat too. So if you actually have time, you can just get into Pocket, go to your recommended, and scroll through there to see if there's anything that intrigues you. You also have the ability then to explore as well any other type of really unique article that may be out there. So that's some of the things that you can do with Pocket that I really like. So let's go over here now, back up here. And again, here I am. I've hit under the Pocket area. I've hit under the Explore part of Pocket. I've hit Tech, and there's lots of really cool articles that come under Tech. Here's one that I want to take a look at. One of the things I'm really intrigued with is innovations and how organizations continue to innovate versus those organizations that do not continue to innovate. And why do the ones that innovate actually innovate? What is about them that makes them innovation or innovatable? Or innovative, sorry. And this article is called Mathematical Model Reveals the Patterns of How Innovations Arise. So I like this, and if I want to read it, over here on the left-hand side, it just says save, and it saves it to my Pocket. Now, here's what I do that really saves me a lot of time, because remember, This is Tech-ficient. It's all about using technology to be efficient and effective with our time. I have about a 22-minute car ride home. That's what I have. And a 22-minute car ride here as well. So I have about 44 to 45 minutes in the car every single day. What I do is I get in my car, I hit my Pocket app on my cell phone, I pull up the article that I want to read, and Pocket has the ability to read the article to you. You can choose if you want a male voice or a female voice. You can choose the speed of the voice in case you want the voice to slow down. And what I do is choose the article that I want to read, the pace I want to be read at, and I hit play. It plays it through my Bluetooth, and I drive home, or I drive to work. And in that 45 minutes a day, I can easily get through 2 to 3 of these articles a day and really stay on top of a lot of the information that I need to without taking time away from work or time away from my family. So when I get home now, I'm done. There's no 3 articles to read. I've already gotten through those articles. And you know what? If I get home or get back to work and there's an article that I really liked, I just log back into Pocket and I can archive that article. It's a great way to save time. It's a great way to stay on top of what you're reading, stay on top of your field. I'm always finding, reading, and learning new things and improving what I do. And part of how I do that is using Pocket. It's a great tool. It helps me a lot. I hope it helps you a lot. As always, if you want more of this, there's some really cool, some really good digital tools as well that I use that hopefully in the next couple of weeks I'll get a chance to send out some video blogs about as well. And then last, as always, if you need more of this, follow me on Twitter at drmdmartin. You can follow me at LinkedIn. I have, of course, the 2 blogs, the Tech-ficient blog that you know of, as well as my Breakthrough EDU blog too. And lastly, if you're looking into figuring out how to use the device in the classroom in a one-to-one blended environment, check out my book. I hope this helps, and I hope all of us have a fantastic Christmas and a great holiday season.